9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, new time, same place. And I know that we've confused everyone to death. I don't know if you guys know this, but they used to believe, the earth was flat. Then they thought that the sun rotated around the earth. Well, Americans, we actually know for a fact, it's science, that the entire world revolves around us. Right. And since we are here in sunny Florida, we know that everybody's supposed to know that we've changed our time and adjust accordingly. But that's not what happened. So we have changed to 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to split the difference for those of you who complained that we were now going at a bad time. Today, I have two very special guests. I have Charlie Burton, a veteran trader. Last time I had him on, it devolved into hundreds of comments about the women enjoying his accent. And of course, I have Johnson, the head of research at GBV, formerly of Huobi. We're going to talk everything charts and macro and news. Let us go.
Let's go.
What is up, everybody? I'm Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of All Streets. Before we get started, please subscribe to the channel and check your watch. It's probably broken. It's at the wrong time. Drop it on the like button. I don't know. Hit the like button. Don't hit the like button. It's played out. We don't do the like button thing anymore around here. So, guys, as I mentioned, we have a new time here, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, seeming to confuse everyone who hopefully will start to now realize that we're a half hour earlier than we were yesterday and start to pour in. We have a lot still going on today. Obviously, I think the big news is the Fed meeting tomorrow. The expectation that we'll see a 0.25 rate hike. Now they're talking about pricing in 7. We've talked about this dog and pony show. I will bring on my guests to discuss that. But first, we're going to flip it up a little bit today, and we're going to dive in first to the charts with our guest veteran trader from the UK, as I said, Charlie Burton. What's up, Charlie? How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm very good. Thanks for having me back on the show.
Of course, man. So listen, this is my, I do analysis every single day of Bitcoin, right? And other coins and stuff. I've basically given up on charting to where I've devolved to this being my chart now. I don't know what you think of it, but we are here with a line pointed at the current price. My new chart.
There's not been too much going on there for a while, is there?
No, it's been pretty crazy. I'd love to hear your thoughts in general on what's happening, not just Bitcoin specific. We can dig into that, but how you're approaching macro markets right now as a trader.
I'm sitting here waiting for tomorrow as well. Waiting for FOMC tomorrow. Being over here in the UK, we had the European Central Bank last week. Their meet last week. They've not done much to talk up the euro, but at the same time, I think that I'm talking about currencies here for a second, but certainly they're not going to want the euro to devalue too much, even though it's obviously in a strong trend down against the dollar at the moment. So it'd be interesting to see how that's going to play itself out in the medium term. But going into tomorrow, it's it's baked in the quarter point rate hike. We know that they're not going to be doing a half point, but it's really about the rhetoric, isn't it? It's about what they say, the language that they're going to be using tomorrow when Powell starts speaking tomorrow evening. So I'm going to be here with all my traders. We'll be looking for signs of, like you just said, is there going to be a slightly more hawkish tilt? We know that they're behind the curve, and so they should have got ahead of this several months ago, really. But they've got this real dilemma, haven't we? Because we've got a Federal Reserve who are hiking into high inflation. We've got the Ukraine-Russia crisis. We've got China struggling, where they're just locking down every time they see a bit of COVID. They're just locking down, which is going to create more inflation coming through. So there's a huge amount of macro going on at the moment as far as, well, which way is this going to go? But they're going to hike into potentially a slowing economy. So it's going to be fascinating to see where we are in 6 months' time.
Yeah, I certainly have I would say, a very high chance of some stagflation here, which seems to be most likely. So trading it, what are you looking at to actually trade? What's your actionable position based on what they might say? Because we all, like I said in the intro, the rhetoric and the language to me is the biggest dog and pony show in the world. It's a circus. It's complete nonsense. And to me, it's completely manipulated, right? December, Powell, 3 rate hikes. So calls up his friends at Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. Hey, you think you guys could go ahead and say you're pricing in 5? 5. Okay, so we're going to do 4. Good news. It's less than 5, right? And now we have Goldman pricing in 7 rate hikes. All 0.25, right? So it expected
is it really going to go to 7 this year? It's not going to happen, is it? No.
Right, but that's my point, is if they just put that out there, then anything that you say less than 7 seems dovish and like positive news, right? So how do you play this, and what are you actually trading? Are you looking to trade euro dollar, or are there any stocks you're looking at? Are you actually looking to trade Bitcoin here?
I won't be trading Bitcoin. We can talk about Bitcoin in a moment. At the moment, I think Bitcoin, much like the stock markets, I think it's just got headwinds at the moment. In the short term, obviously anything can happen, and for me, I think it needs to get above 48,000, roughly speaking, for me to be interested on the long side. At the moment, although it's gone very quiet, it's in a nice channel, as you know, on the weekly charts. So it is in a nice channel there, and that could just continue. But for the first time in 2 years, my 20-period moving average is crossing through my weekly 50 on the weekly charts there. So they're crossing back down to the downside, just confirming really the weakness that we've seen in recent months, the pullback, should I say, in recent months. So, it's not too bad, but I'm looking at my charts here, and I'm still leaning towards a choppy range-bound market for some time. So I think that with the headwinds that we've got ahead of us this year, I'm not going to have great expectations. I know that's not necessarily what some people would like to hear, and they can by all means ignore everything I say. I'm just a trader after all, and we all just are trading an opinion after all. But that's my personal opinion, so I'm not too fussed. But don't get me wrong, if we get north of 48,000 again, then I'll start looking properly at that. But for now, I think we could just stay in a range or even pull back a bit more. But going into FOMC tomorrow, yeah, I'm going to be trading probably euro dollar into that. I'm interested in what the stock markets are doing as well at the moment. I'm sort of waiting for my set, a bit like a surfer, not in Florida maybe, but maybe more in California, and waiting for that right wave to come along.
They have bigger sharks, but we have a lot more of them.
Yeah. So the S&P itself, I'd love to see a bit more of a rally in the near term. A rally could come from any sort of optimism that starts to come out of Ukraine, and any sort of optimism around any talks or any slowdown in that conflict in the near term. So as we've already seen, the markets cheer it as soon as they think there's a glimmer of hope that there might be something going on there. So but I don't think that's going to really change the background. The background is we have got high inflation, and we have got more rate hikes to come, and not maybe 7, but I do think that's going to be a headwind for the stock market. So I'm still a seller I'm looking to be a seller into bounces. Euro dollar tomorrow, I think it's going to be fascinating. We're at key technical levels on the euro dollar on my monthly charts, and I've been shorting. Funnily enough, I just got flat euro dollar for the first time. I think it was end of last week. And I've been short euro dollar on and off since last September. So I've just got flat into the end of last week. So I'm fresh and ready to go with new trades. So I'm going to be fascinated to see what's said tomorrow.
Do you mind pulling up, sharing your screen and pulling up your euro dollar chart and your Bitcoin chart? We could take a quick look at those before we move on.
Let's do that.
I think that'd be really useful.
Yep.
Just hit share right down below. Share your window if you see at the bottom.
I see
it there.
Share screen. It should be coming up.
See what I missed. Early start. Sorry, guys.
Oh no, I've got it. Okay, right. Let's go. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it says add Chrome.
You do share. If you can't do it, we can skip it, and then you can do the window or the entire screen and pull it up. But
let's do a window. I think it's because it's. I'm using a different browser here. I've got
the man's got many monitors. Yeah, probably that's the case.
Yeah. So how do I do a window then? Sorry, I'm not used to using this.
It's cool. I would have to walk myself through it right now. Everybody, we're doing a tutorial on sharing your screen on StreamYard. StreamYard.
Yeah.
Hit StreamYard, then it should come up a big thing that says entire screen, window, or Chrome tab. I generally go to window, and then you select the one with your charts on.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's giving me a chance of slides, video file, or share screen. So I've got share screen.
Yeah. do
and
that.
it's wanting me to share a Chrome extension. Unfortunately, I logged into this through a different browser, so I'm not.
Forget it. Who needed the charts anyways? They're doing nothing. I showed you guys the chart. You are
exactly.
Here.
We want to bring up, have you got a chart there? If you want to bring up a euro dollar,
sure, I can bring up a euro dollar chart.
and I'll talk you through it.
I haven't looked at it in a while, and we can do that.
That's
a
okay.
great way to do it. And then I will pull. You want the monthly, right?
Yes, please. So
get us out of the way. Perfect. 1 second. Cool. This is on forex.com, so it's only going back to 06, but yeah, it gives you the idea.
That's fine. So what you can see, actually, the euro dollar on the monthly chart, there's actually a triangle formation. So if you draw a trend line from where your cursor is, at those highs there from 2000, let me just have a look at mine. Bear with me. If you have a look at those, I'm trying to see your screen there, but if you take a trend line, there you go, across the tops there, and if you take another one across the bottoms from the low of 2017, there we go. So it's a beautiful triangle pattern that's there on the much higher time frames at the moment. So this, for me, is a key levels that we're at on the euro dollar based on the monthly charts. We've come down, we've hit that lower trend line just last week. We're having a subtle bounce at the moment. I'm still looking in the longer term to see the euro, if the euro is going to break this trend line of this triangle formation. This is a classic technical analysis formation, and we could well bounce some more inside this triangle for the time being. Longer term, I'm looking for it to roll over and ultimately to test those lows of 2017. But for now, what I'm looking for is to see if we're going to get more of a bounce within this triangle pattern. We've only just hit the lows down in the 108, just above 108 last week. We're sitting around about 110 at the the Yeah, maybe not to go all the way to the other side.
Those are months. I would have done that on a daily, but yeah.
I think I'd be quite optimistic to see the euro dollar right away back up to the upper trend line there. But yeah, maybe like a more of a dead cat bounce type thing. Yeah, but a dead cat bounce on a monthly chart would still see the euro up at 113 or so. So it's tradable.
That's exactly right.
We're only at 110 at the moment. So it's definitely tradable. And I think there is the potential there. However, that's the technicals. The technicals of that, we're against a backdrop of a Federal Reserve, which is more hawkish in its actions than the ECB at the moment. So it's going to be interesting. But if I get a sniff of this market, of the dollar starting to retrace, then that's where I'm going.
Perfect. That looks great. I'm glad we were able to pull that up. That's a pretty clean triangle.
Yeah.
About as clean as it gets. Down, up, two alternating touches on each side. Perfect.
Yeah,
well, man,
I think it's a good lesson
for joining. I'm glad we were able to get that chart up there. And we're going to do this again. Good luck with the FOMC meeting. It should be fun.
Take care for now.
Guys, that was Charlie Burton. You can check him out. I think it's Charlie. I have the, let me see. It's, I know that I have it. Charlie B Trader on Twitter. Go and check him out and give him a follow. Yeah, guys, there's really so little to see right now. It's absolutely unbelievable on the charts. I'm going to move on with a bit of news and then bring on our awesome next guest. Here you go. Just what we were talking about here. Bitcoin breakout elusive as traders price in 7 Fed rate hikes for 2022. This is what we just talked about. Now Goldman says, hey, it's going to be 7. So any news under 7 apparently is good news, even if we just started at 3 a few days ago. But yes, I think that the markets are generally holding their breath and waiting for tomorrow. Next story here. Bitcoin worth 1.2 billion leaves Coinbase in a sign of persistent institutional adoption. Now, listen, I have been beating this dead horse as much as anyone for a very long time. I think it is very encouraging when we see supply leaving exchanges, of course, much better than when we see coins moving on to exchanges, right? But this sort of glosses over a very important point. A, this is just Coinbase, which is where institutions invest. If you guys watched my podcast not that long ago with CZ from Binance, he said, yeah, our exchanges aren't seeing that. We see massive inflows all the time and we're not seeing outflows. So it could be a little bit misleading, just like Coinbase. Also, how much supply is sitting on exchanges is completely irrelevant if there's not increased or matching demand, right? If nobody's buying it, it doesn't matter how much of it is there. I'm not saying there's no demand for Bitcoin. I'm just saying that this has been a very misleading metric. And if you've been trading supply side shocks since the 60,000s, it hasn't gone particularly well. I have this and a lot of other stories to discuss, but I want to bring on Johnson. Johnson, how are you, man? Pleasure to have you on the show. If you guys don't know Johnson, he's the head of research at GBV, and you were formerly, I believe, the head of research at Huobi as well, correct?
Yes, that's right. Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hi. So listen, this market, it's like I bring on the guest and then I kind of throw my hands in the air and I say, what's going on? Please tell me, because I'm sick of talking about it every day.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, looking at the market in general, right? So we've seen the major cap sort of ranging at the moment, sort of like realized volatility a bit low. And looking at the smaller cap sort of situations, it's quite debt as well. So not many people sort of playing around with like smaller caps. And also by looking on, say, for example, the on-chain data itself. So we have the East gas price lowering to 2 digits. So right now it's hovering around about 10 gwei or 20 gwei or something. But during the DeFi hype back in the days, when you see NFT minting or say, for example, DeFi protocol launching, the ETH gas price is pretty much skyrocketing. So right now, just basically low on-chain activities, very limited interest from all those different groups of people, and people kind of like, what I've known so far is people kind of taking a bit of a break. So in the past about 2.5 years time, we've seen massive rally on DeFi, NFTs, on different sectors within the space. And we're kind of like experiencing a sort of fatigue in a way, just sort of to sort of take a break, take a step back as well. So I think a lot of the 2019, 2020 builders, or I guess like DeFi players specifically, are taking a sort of small break at the moment. So that's why you're seeing the on-chain activity quite low interest, and also the gas price basically lowering to 2 digits at the moment. But still, people kind of focusing on different things as well. So say, for example, a little bit about 2 months ago or a month ago, so people were still sort of playing around with, say, for example, NFTs. So NFT minting back in a month ago was still going, but right now kind of dead as well, just because people rotating out from these NFT taking profit. But right now, sort of people are talking about Luna, just because again, the sort of Luna Foundation guard sort of burning Luna for the sake of all those tokens and also yield as well. So people just basically, I guess, like rotating into these sort of narratives, fairly short-term wise narrative, and then play around with these things at the moment. So I guess like going into, say, for example, this week, obviously I've already talked about it. Those Congress hearing on the 18th. I think we've got option settle as well. So for this week, it's actually quite a bit of activities on the sort of traditional market side of things.
Yeah.
And what we're seeing on the market is that the market makers kind of priced in the crypto sort of highly correlated with traditional market in the very short term. So if, say, for example, the traditional market moved significantly on one side, crypto, generally speaking, especially on the major cap side, will sort of potentially move on the same direction as well. So these are kind of things that I've seen so far. Still a bit of a ranging situation, and people losing interest a bit, and taking a break away from the market. So that's what I've seen on the market so far.
Yeah, it feels a lot to me kind of in a weird way like last summer. Like you said, we kind of had this major event up into May, and then we had sort of this slow summer. Everybody seemed to be going outside after COVID, but on-chain activity was completely dead, and price sort of seemingly did nothing for months. I mean, I did an ETH swap today, and it was $9. Like $9. Yeah. I remember doing those and being like, I guess I'll pay $450 for this one. I want to get it through, right? $9.
It's cheaper, way cheaper than previous DeFi summer. It's way cheaper.
Yeah, it's really crazy. So What do you think about what I was talking about with supply side shock and coins leaving exchange? You were the head of research at Huobi. You probably have pretty good insight on how coins move in and out, what institutional players are doing. Do you think it's a meaningful metric at the moment?
So I think on a sort of like high level basis, you can sort of check these metric in a way just to tell a story. But I do think you do need to look at a very specific data point in general. Say, for example, so large coin movement away from exchanges might be, say, for example, they might have certain farms on DeFi. So they might be moving to DeFi or moving sort of into another exchange as well, or moving towards, say, for example, hardware wallet in a way. And exchanges going into coins going into exchanges doesn't necessarily mean it's a selling pressure. It might mean, say, for example, they might be do sort of lending, borrowing, or collateralization in a way just to do leverage. So I think looking at the sort of coin movements on chain in isolation, it doesn't really work. But once you combine with other sort of metrics, say, for example, I don't know, leverage ratio, take an example, or options data, then you will have a much more sort of vivid story on what's going on.
Awesome. Well, man, thank you so much for sharing your insight. We're going to keep on moving because we only have a few more minutes. Everyone, what is your Twitter name again? I know I have it here, but
0x Minion.
0x Minion. Yeah. 0x Minion. Everybody give Johnson a follow. 0x Minion. Thank you, man.
All right. Thank you.
Guys, yeah, now going back to the news here. Somebody asked for an air horn. Yeah. I would like you to know, guys, I've updated my Bitcoin chart. We're here. We're here. We are right here. Here we are. But yeah, let's continue going on. Kazakhstan. Crackdown forces 106 more crypto mines to close. It's been a rough ride in Kazakhstan of late, but this is specifically for illegal mines. For those of you who didn't understand it, 55 of them closed voluntarily. 51 were forced to shut down. I want to know what that looked like. Can we get the video of the forced shutdown of those 51? But here's the context. The Central Asian country has been dealing with severe electricity shortage since autumn 2021, in part due to an influx of crypto miners from China. Oops. But also because of infrastructure failures, probably more likely. The government has decided to crack down on illegal mines to deal with the energy problems. Now, everyone always, you see these stories, you're like, hey, miners are shutting down. It's over. We're going to die. Fireball heading to the earth and Halley's Comet imploding into the asteroid belt and rain of fire to kill us all. But no, in reality, they'll just move somewhere else, right? Everyone's like, oh, miners shut down. We saw what happened in China. We lost 50% of the hash rate and it just moved somewhere else and we were fine. Hash rate returned to its all-time highs and we were good to go. Listen, a lot of the mining moved from China to Kazakhstan. I have a feeling it's just going to be heading right over to the United States, which is now where the majority of the hash rate lives. Next story, crypto.com announces initial phase of US launch. But don't get all excited. Don't call in your fluffer to get you prepared. It's not time for that yet because this unfortunately is only for institutional investors. We're excited to be expanding our offering for professional traders to the US, said Chris Marslick, CEO of crypto.com, in a prepared statement. Yeah, only for institutional investors right now. But guys, these guys have been prepping it. They've been doing foreplay for a while here, right? I mean, didn't they have Matt Damon? That Matt Damon do that commercial where there's like pirates and Vikings and some other random shit that's supposed to inspire you and make you want to do cryptos. And then, of course, they had LeBron James talking to young LeBron James, which is weird because I was like, is that LeBron James' son? But it was actually LeBron James in the past, but he was like a CGI AI LeBron James who can probably dunk better than real LeBron James. And he came and he talked to old LeBron James and they were going to go to the NBA. Had to breathe. Yeah, you know. So it's nice. They're clearly planning to make a massive move into the United States. Do any of you guys trade on crypto.com? Yeah, I mean, they have a Super Bowl commercial. Seems like it's the Super Bowl. You might want to do some US type shit. Yeah. So I think oh look, man, Crypto Banter here, our favorite show. You guys this was part of the reason we also moved the schedule. I just didn't want to go up against those dudes. They are that's like a David and Goliath, you know? Yeah. And they stuck with the time regardless of the time change, which is probably makes sense. So here we are. But yeah, guys, crypto.com announces initial phase of US launch. They're coming. I wonder what their next commercial will be. Probably overweight and out of shape Ben Affleck smoking cigarettes and talking about retainers. Retainer. Former Walt Disney CEO Bob Iger backs Metaverse startup. What did you say? Disney, you say? Yeah, I mean, he was only like the CEO of Disney from a real short time, like 2005 to 2020. Yeah, and now he's joining the board of directors of Genies. I believe it's Genies. I want to be like genius, like Kanye, genius. But it's Genies, I think. A digital avatar platform built on the Flow blockchain. Of course, that's where NBA Top Shot lives, a protocol for NFT collectibles and large-scale crypto games. They've raised $100 million, including a $65 million round last year. That's Genies. And they've already done deals with Universal Music Group and Warner Music Group to become the official provider of avatars and NFTs for artists at the music labels. Yeah. Retainer, never had her. That's funny. Yeah, I see you guys. Crypto Man, love you, big love. They're going to be on. They start now, but we all know that they're going to start at 10:10, right? 10:09:57. We got about 10 minutes there to talk shit and do stupid stuff, right? So yeah, there they are. But yeah, Bob Iger, man, like it's incredible to see the people and money that is moving into the crypto space. CEO of Disney. And if the mainstream media was reporting this, here's the headline you would get. Walt Disney reincarnated to live in the metaverse. News at 11, right? Walt Disney's back in the metaverse. That's why he froze himself and did the sperm freezing thing or whatever he did, right? And here he is. The Kanye doc is good, somebody says. The Kanye doc is pretty good. I am not a Kanye fan, but that was crazy to watch. And what was the craziest was in the last part of it, or towards the end, he goes to a meeting in the Dominican Republic and he's sitting with Mike Novogratz. And that's when Kanye like completely loses his mind, talking about his bipolarity and medication and I don't know, seeing ghosts or something. His friend so bad they even turned off the candle. But that was Novogratz sitting there. And that resort is where I just went for my 10th anniversary with Emmy. I was like, we were sitting right there. And Novogratz, he has a house right there and balls out. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I was like, wait, I know that chair. I know that chair. I've been up in that chair. So guys, yeah, listen, I mean, there's just not that many newses happening right now. Spoilers, it's a documentary, man. It's his, like, have you even listened to his music? Spoiler. Here's a plot change. Kanye got married to Kim Kardashian. Ruined it for you. It's a true story. Can't spoil a documentary. My God. Kanye does not make my toes tingle. Does he make them tingle, though? My uncle served as president 3 times. Of what? Crypto is not dead. It's just taking a nap. Yeah, is so enigmatic. He is a show. And Scott, I don't know what you just said, but I don't really. What's happening with Luna? All I saw was that there's some dudes who have a bet on the price next year. That's cool, fun, but it's not like news. Right? Isn't that what we're talking about with Luna? Habib, you can go ahead and I'm almost tempted to have you on the show just to let you get it all out. You look like a very nice guy. I like you. I appreciate your feedback, but I feel like we just need to like get you on the show, go full screen and let you just get out all the complaints that you have at once. Just get them out, you know? I wish you spoke of algo bet. Bro, there's nothing happening. There's nothing happening. Yeah. But no, I do not care about a bet between the Luna guy and the other Luna guy. It's cool. I hope that one of them wins. You can report back in a year. But that's not news. That's not news. And that's not, you know, I might not be a serious person, but I try to stick to the serious news here. You know, like what the CEO of Disney is doing. I have no idea. And like I said, it's cool. I have nothing. It's fine. But like the two guys made a bet on the price of Luna. One of them happens to be the CEO of the coin, might be able to influence that bet when the time comes. I don't know. But like we got the CEO of Disney. So yeah, that's the gist. Not about the Luna bet. It's the thesis and why the Luna peg will break. Call me if the Luna peg breaks and we can talk about it. Yeah. Yeah. And I think Luna as a protocol may depend on this. And if it fails, we'll talk about something else, like one of the other 7,000 coins in existence. But Novogratz is a big Luna dude, right? He's a lunatic or a lunaholic or a lunar mooner. Let's brainstorm some names for the communities of protocols before we go. Let's start with Luna. Lunatics would be obvious. I don't know if that's one. I don't know. What else, you guys? Come on, throw them out here. We got Luna. Oh, you got a tattoo? Yeah, Novogratz got a Luna tattoo. Lunatics is the most obvious. Lunar Mooners. I like that. Luna Tits. Everybody was clowning me on Twitter yesterday, by the way. I missed a hole in one by 1 inch, and like 15 of you were like, your karma for making fun of 1 inch all the time. 1 inch matters. Luna Lights, St. Lunatics, Luna Hype. Okay, now let's do Cardano. Come on, let me see what you got. 80 Apes. Suppose that one, Cardanoids. Cardonics. Anybody? Come on, let me see what you got. Oh, I like Polygoons. You guys can throw out any of them. Yeah, I'm definitely no hero. I am a man. I am a man just like you. That's insulting. You don't know, but I'm Batman. Yeah, 1 inch is the difference between an ooh and an ah. It can be literally the difference between like ow and ah, or just completely missing and nothing happens. Right? Cardanotes, A depress, Cardapes, Cardon't, Kardashians. How are they not the Kardashians? Scott has a Cardano tattoo on his lower back. I would know. Tom always coming in with the inappropriate heat, but I'm here for it. Cardanics. How about Linkies, Linkers, Link Marines? We got that. I got that. You guys got anyone at Luna Limp? That's kind of weird. Cosmonauts. I like that. Cardanus. Cardonophiles. I like that. These are not insults, by the way. That's not what I'm here for. We're trying to name communities. You guys can throw out any community you want right now. Anyone you like. Hoskies. Okay, that's like you took the Hoskinson side of it. I like that. Yeah, I went instant Craig might right mode. Apparently Craig was wrong though, because he just had to pay like 60 million in Florida. If you gotta pay a penalty in Florida, you know you really messed up because you can do whatever the hell you want up in here. Right? Cardano, Balonary, Sandwich. All right. I guess. Slinkies. They're Slinkies. Oh, what a wonderful toy. They're Slinkies. They're fun for a girl and a boy. Chain Zeldas. I see what you did there. Link being the character in Zelda. That one takes a little bit of an intellectual hop, but I got there. 2 in the pink, 1 in the link. That's clever. I can't argue with that. This is the shocker. Cardanians. I like Cardanians. That's kind of tight. Cardanians. Like now, like what other coins can we do? Yes, guys, if you're looking for value, we're done. I mean, we could do like do XRP. XRPP. See what you guys got. Yeah. Chainlink, $1,000 end of year. Been saying it for years. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Probably this year. Probably. What do you guys got on XRP? How about Solana? XRP. You just use Ripple too. Yeah, Ripplers seems to be the opposite. Cripples is that's insult to cripples. XRP since they all quit. That's funny. This is getting a bit corny. Yeah, I see what you did there. It is. Emmy just got here and she's confused as to what is going on. We ran out of actual things to talk about, so we started doing nicknames for different coin communities. So Ripple piercers, it's weird. One's kind of weird. I don't know, salami bologna. Some of you guys just keep throwing out like random lunch meats. I'm here for it, but wow, I really lost my Solnana. Is that like a banana? Sold out. I like that. Yeah. Nipple ripplers. Ripple nipplers. Rimplers. Schlonga. You just wanted to make a dick joke. That has nothing to do with anything. Emmy, you missed the trader dude with the hot accent. Yeah, Charlie Burton, the British guy that you guys all fawned over so much last time he was on the show. Cosmopolitans, who's that? Do you have a continuous mix of the Melker project hosted somewhere? Probably on my SoundCloud, which was dead for a long time. Let's see. For Project 3. I don't know. It's trying to sell me something. 1 second. It's out here somewhere. Here. I'm going to put the link in the thing. Here, there's a link to the SoundCloud thing right there. Well, Handman, you better get your voice going on. Girls like it. Yeah. She said, dang. Better call Solana. I like that. No, 30 minutes earlier than the original. 30 minutes earlier than yesterday, but later than the original with the time change. Get it together, guys. Old school, the Melker project. Yeah. Emmy used to suffer through listening to those things being made. Wow. What a brutal. Yeah. V-Chains is 2 Chainz' cousin. No, the ladies do not generally like Canadians, I've heard. Not Canadian accents. I think that you're probably wonderful people. Krispy Kreme crypto. Now y'all are just making shit up. It has nothing to do with literally anything. Oh man. AVAX XXXXX. Yeah. Anyways, guys. I don't know, man. They're in a line. I can look and try to find it. I'll look for it and come back tomorrow. Get you back here. And Justin is kind of hopped. Stop. You're talking about Trudeau? It is Trudeau. Anyways, guys, I'll be back tomorrow. Chartapalooza at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get your time straight. Be it more American. Do what we do. Stop trying to go your own way. Go watch Crypto Banter. I think they're starting right now, which means you're all going to leave anyways. So I got to get out of here and save face. See you later. Peace.
Let's go.